Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jada Blossom, and I have another fun Easter card to share with you today. Hey, so I'm using Jada Blossom's baby dies, their Easter Tweetings stamp set, their Octagon Easter add-ons, the Gnome Dies Easter add-ons, Wheelbarrow Dies Easter add-ons, the Gnome Dies, Jada Blossom's Octagon Treat Box die, and Doodlebug's Bunny Hop odds and ends, their gingham linen, their plaid polka dot, Hippity Hoppity 6-inch pad, the Bunny Hop 6-inch pad, and the Doodlebug 12-inch Bunny Hop as well. There we go. And P13 stamping pad skin tones that you can get over in the Jada Blossom store. And Bunny Hop odds and ends. So I did put this guy together on that Gnome Dies Easter add-ons assembly video, so check that out. So first of all, I'm starting with a piece of basil or basil, dark chocolate cardstock. It's really dark, and it's got like a swirl pattern. It was in my scrap bin. I don't even know if they sell it anymore. That's not the point. Use whatever dark brown you want. And then I'm using Doodlebug's plaid polka dot for the layer that goes over top. So you saw that I did cut off the top of that Octagon Treat Box die, just because I just want it to look like a little basket. So I'm just going to add it to that layer with some Barely Art glue. I'm using my reverse tweezers as well. Now everything that I used to make this card will be listed in my blog post, which is always linked under my videos. So you can go over there and look at the recipe. So I have a piece of paper trank white cardstock, 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches to make a vertical A2 size card. And now I'm going to add on some pattern paper from Doodlebug. And this is the 12-inch paper line from Bunny Hop. So it's got the grass all over it. And I'm just going to add that down. I cut that 1/8 of an inch smaller than an A2 size card front. And of course I didn't get it lined up, but I did get it lined up there. So next I'm going to assemble this little basket. I cut that little handle out of that same basil or basil dark brown cardstock. And I'm just gluing the handle in place. Now I'm going to add some more pattern paper. I'm just using some score tape here just because I had it on my desk and I thought, why not? It'll make it easier. And I'm going to peel off the backing and add that to the front of my basket. It's got a pretty purple kind of wood grain look. There we go. And now I'm going to assemble my little bow. And this is the bow that's included with the Octagon Dies Easter add-ons. I think it's called. Yeah, Octagon Dies Easter add-on. Now the little button, that is cut from Jada Blossom's baby die set. And I cut it out of paper trank white cardstock and then again out of pattern paper from Doodlebug. Just layering those up just so it's a little bit thicker, right? Oops, and I'm just going to weight that down. And then the two pieces of grass were cut out of American Crafts smooth green cardstock. And I cut them out of white paper trank cardstock as well. And I'm just going to layer them up just to make them a little bit thicker. And weight it down, and then I'll be adding that to the bottom of my basket once I get everything in place. So there that is. Okay, so it's all weighted down. So now on the inside of my card, I'm going to add a strip of pattern paper, kind of like I always do. This one will be little eggs, because my sentiment on the front of my card is going to be saying, you know, it's going to be along the lines of Egg-Stra Special Nomi or something like that. So I'm going with like an egg theme. There. Now I'm adding on a little basket of goodies, and that is from that Doodlebug's Odds and Ends Bunny Hop set. Remember, I always say I love Doodlebug Odds and Ends for the inside of a card, right? So I try to match what's going on the inside that I have on the outside. So I've got a little basket with some treats. I'm going to add some secure white Jelly Roll pen and a number 10 highlights to some of these eggs and the carrot and the bunny and all those things. You know, just to kind of add a little something, something like I always say. There we go, super cute. Now I'm going to stamp my sentiment on the front of my card using my Misty and some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And so it says for an Egg-Stra Special Nomi. And I'm using, like I said, VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. Remember, it takes a while for this stuff to dry, so it's easy to smear it if you're not careful. And I'm going to stamp it again. And I'm going to stamp the inside. So this says, wishing you an extra special Easter. So, you know, egg themed. There, and adding that to the inside of my card. So, and stamping it twice, right? Just to make sure I get a nice crisp image. Now I'm going to assemble my little basket. So I cut out a bunch of eggs. I used the eggs that came with the Octagon Dies Easter add-ons. I also used the eggs from the Wheelbarrow Dies Easter add-ons and also from the Gnome Dies Easter add-ons. So, you know, there's a few different sizes involved. And I'm going to sneak in these eggs, cut out of all these different doodlebug patterns, right? So it's just kind of fun, I think. And it's easy to add them with a little bit of score tape, and then I can glue the entire basket as a unit to the front of my card. So there's a bunch of eggs. You'll see that my gnome is holding an egg. That was made with gingham linen and some basil bling and pink. So it's got a shine to the pink stripes. Now I'm going to pop on my little bow with some score tape again as well. You'll see that on the back of that white scrap cardstock that I used, I had some, you know, stenciling on that. Use your leftovers, right? No one knows that it's there but you and me. So I'm going to add on my little button. I just think it looked fun. And now I am using Jaded Blossoms, what are those called? Candy Charms and Banner dies, just to cut some fun banners. So I'm going to add one to the inside. You saw that I cut that out with a scrap. And I'm going to use one of these stickers from the 12-inch Bunny Hop paper line. You know, just for the inside for something fun. And now I am going to stick down my cute little basket on my card front, which will pop against that all over kind of green grass background, right? So I wanted to keep this as flat as I can because there's a dimension involved with the gnome, right? His nose is popped up, his little basket and hands are popped up. So there's 2 layers of dimension on him already. So I didn't want to make my basket dimensional as well, or I would have had, you know, this card would have been a hard to mail card. So I'm going to add another one of these little banners to the upper right-hand corner of this card. I'm going to have that hanging off the edge. I will trim off the overhang with a pair of scissors. There. Now I'm going to get my little gnome in place using a little bit of ATG tape and some glue. Oh, no, sorry, I lied. And some score tape to kind of fill in where I couldn't reach with that, you know, wider ATG tape, which is fine with me. I kind of use whatever I have on my desk. And I do like how easy score tape is. I like that you can tear it, so it's pretty handy. And that stuff sticks like nobody's business. So I'm going to add on my little gnome kind of at a little angle. And isn't he cute? I'm going to trim off that overhang of that banner with a pair of scissors. Now I am going to grab another little heart from that sticker sheet to put up there on that banner. And then I'm going to pop on these 2 little tufts of grass with some score tape. And I do kind of burnish it down so the back, you know, it sticks well and I can peel off that backing easily. Whoops. Of course, I have no nails. And I'm going to add that to the bottom of my basket. I'm going to tuck that in behind the gnome a little bit. Get that in place. And isn't that cute? Super cute stuff. And I'm pretty happy overall with this guy so far. I'm going to take a white Jelly Roll pen and a number 10 and add a few highlights here to these eggs. Because like I always say, why not, right? Adds a little bit of detail. There we go. And then I realized I smeared my sentiment. So I did go ahead and I used the Easter Tweetings outline dies. That's what's so great about them. Stamped it onto white paper tray ink cardstock and cut it out. And now I'm going to cover up my boo-boo. And it does pop a little bit more than it did on the green. Now, had I not smeared it, I would have left it alone. But you know, these things happen. So there is my finished card, and I think it turned out super cute. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jada Blossom blog, be inspired by the team, the Jada Blossom store, to get your hands on these awesome products. And thanks as always for watching. Be a follower over at my YouTube site and the Jada Blossom YouTube site. Bye, everybody.